Birds. Welcome to my gym in my home. Tonight I'm going to be talking about your third month in your 90-day plan. If you've missed it, you can catch those videos on my page, on my profile page, your first 30 days in your 90-day plan and your second 30 days in your 90-day plan. And catch up on that training if you like. But tonight, for those of you that have been following this, we're going to talk about the third month in the 90-day plan. What's involved in the third month, that's the key here. And so I hope that many of you are going to enjoy this, and I'm going to acknowledge some great people like Omar. Good, hey, up in New Jersey. How are you? Good to see you, Omar. And we have also Markian. Good to see you. Nice to see you on the call tonight. I hope everyone's doing well. Odette in the Philippines. Good to see you, Odette. It's still cold. We got snow out here, and Omar says we're probably buried it. You're probably buried in it too. Donna, I don't know why I'm having problems clearing my throat. I was in my sauna. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Anyway, Donna, nice to see you. I was in there in the back there in that room cooking after a workout. Yes, and Markian is in Colorado, man. Nice state. Are you in the mountains? Because that's where I am. So tonight, let me just do a recap, first of all. For those of you that may have missed part one, part two, your first 30 days in the 90-day plan, your second 30 days in the 90-day plan. You know, the whole point of, again, remember what the 90-day plan is about. It's for people that want to go big in network marketing. It's not for people who want it easy. It's not for people who just want to make a little extra money. It's not for them. It's for people who want to blow it out big. And so it's a burst of energy. That's the whole point of your first 30 days, was to have a burst of energy and run, get started. If you're new, you need to start sponsoring. It's like laying a foundation. How big should that foundation be? Well, how big is your dream? If you have to build a 50-story building, would that require a different foundation than a 3-story house? I think so. That's right. So again, when we talk about foundational work, we're talking about humans, people, commitment, time, dedication, things like that. So my first 90 days that I did in my last company 22 years ago, after 90 days, I had a team of 800 people. I did not bring over a downline. I had to start from ground zero, and I didn't own a computer. So I had a telephone, I had a list, and that was it. Pure passion. Never left the driveway, Never talked to anybody face to face about what I was doing. I didn't do a single meeting. Did it all through conference calling, and we had a tool, an audio tool that explained the product. Very simple. Again, it was a hotline back then. Back then we used hotlines. So the thing was, it was incredible that I went from what I call 8 to faint. That's 8 in the morning until I faint. And I did it for 90 days. Why? Because I wanted to accomplish something big. Matter of fact, I'm still getting paid 22 years later on that 90-day run. Because the very momentum of that 90 days has propelled me for decades now. It's like the shuttle. Remember the shuttle? It exhausts millions of pounds of fuel just to escape gravity. But once it escapes it needs very little to run on. And that's really true in your business. When you're doing a 90-day launch, in your first 30 days, especially if you're new, it's like that shuttle. Now, if you've been in your business, you can do a 90-day run. Again, 90 days is all about what? It's just about taking a big leap, a lot of effort to grow your business in a big way. So you don't have to be new. Anybody can do a 90-day run. What's great about it, so other than the business, is the story. So if you're new and you're getting ready, you're getting started, and you should share these videos I did with new people because they need to understand this. It's not just about growing your business, it's about also your story. What is your story going to be? Because for those of you that are just getting started, and getting started means that if you've been in your company using your product for a year and now you decided to do the business, you're getting started. It doesn't count when you were a consumer, okay? So it's important because that's going to be your story, your 90-day story. So in my case, I had an incredible 90-day story. But I didn't do it really for the story. I was doing it because I really wanted to push my business to a serious level. And so, but the thing about it is, after that, I've shared my 90-day story for 22 years with people. It inspires them, it really does, because it shows you really what you can do. But again, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's for people who are truly committed to their future. I can't be committed to your future. You can't be committed to my future. We all have to make that decision. But that first 30 days, what do we want to accomplish? We want to identify people by sponsoring them, people that are ready to do the business. We're not talking about consumers. So I talked about setting the goal of having 10, right? Sponsoring at least 10. I sponsored 22 my first month, but at least a minimum of 10 so you can identify some drivers. I could give you a perfect scenario of how it could look like in duplication, right? I say sponsor 10, teach them to do the same. Let's look at 3 levels. You got 10 on your first, 100 on your second, you got 1,000 on your third. Do those numbers happen perfectly? Is it a perfect world? Of course not. Of course not. But here's a fact. If you don't do a lot of numbers, you are not going to see great results. If the numbers you do are few, you're not going to see the results. It's really true. There is safety in numbers. There is success in numbers. I'm not saying people are just numbers, but you know what I'm saying here. That you have to go through the process. So that first 30 days is just that. And then in month 2, what did we talk about? In month 2, we talked about the importance of working with those people that you brought in. So 100% of your time, month 1, went to mostly prospecting, recruiting. Month 2, now you're going to have to divide your time out. Why? Because if you don't slow down and spend some time with some of the people that joined you, you're going to lose them. It's like throwing sand against the wall. I've seen it. I've seen many people do that. I've seen people sponsor hundreds of people, and most of them gone. Why? Why are they gone? Because they never worked with them. So don't be a sponsor monster, okay? Just don't be that. In your second month, what you need to do is slow down, work with those people that are dedicated. I'm not talking about ones that you're trying to create desire, that you're trying to motivate and tell them, you know, you need to do this. Don't you have dreams? Those are, no. These are the people that are coming to you that really want this. And you may not be the expert. That's okay. You don't have to be. Remember what I talked about earlier. I said this is 90% emotional intelligence, 90% attitude, 10% skill set knowledge. And I'm telling you, most people have got this in reverse because they're throwing thousands of dollars to trainers in this country, for example, looking for the secret dust that's going to fall on their shoulders, and they're going to have the secret. They're going to know the secret. There is no secret. The secret to success is not keeping success a secret. The secret to success is not keeping success a secret. But the majority of the masses will never get that because they're looking for the magic dust. You know, these trainings I do are free. Maybe they're undervalued for that reason. But the fact is, when I started 22 years ago, there wasn't anything free. When I started back in March of 1993, there wasn't anything free. Tony Robbins' personal power program, a cassette for every day, 30 cassettes, it was $179 back then. Now you can get on YouTube and get it for free. You have so much free. The secret here, if there is a secret, is it's executing what you learn when you learn it. Just do it. Executing what you learn when you learn it. Most are not going to do that. They're going to say, okay, I learned that. What else do I have to learn? Because I do need that special magic dust. There's got to be more. There's got to be more to this. It's amazing. Just amazing. So in that second month, you're now going to work with those new people and help them duplicate. That's the power in this. If you want powerful residual income, it's all about duplication. If everybody is studying this, nothing's going to happen. Again, if you go to a football game, you have a choice, right? You can sit on the bleachers or you can get on the field, right? Well, maybe you can get on the field. You can get on the field and cheer. But I'm saying there are people who will sit in the bleachers and they're experts and they'll tell you everything that they're doing wrong. They're experts, but they can't even throw a ball. They can't run. They can't tackle. You learn this by getting on the field. You earn as you learn. That's how you do it. So in month 2, I talked about identifying at least 6 drivers. 6 drivers. Now, some of these are going to be part-time, full-time, maybe, and then some just very part-time. They're going to, just do so much. There's no way your leadership is going to be equal in strength, in goals, in vision, in dreams. It's not going to happen, okay? Welcome them as they are. But here's what you want to do. You want to get the most out of that team. You got to treat them like they're superstars. Treat them like they're superstars, but work with them like they're going to quit you tomorrow. What do I mean by that? You want to tap into their head. You want to find out who they know. They probably know better people than they are. The quality of your team, the quality of your organization that you want to accomplish in a 90-day run is you want a team that can go to the Super Bowl. My team went to the Super Bowl. They're still all stars. 7-figure earners, 6-figure earners. Very proud of them. Very proud of them. Still doing great after 22 years. How's that possible? How many people do you know that still has a team after 22 years? How many people on GoPro Mastery get on stage that have had a team that long? Or at Ray Higdon's Rank Maker event? Yes, that's right. I know I'm like one of the few that we're very hard to find, aren't we? But there's a reason for it. Success leaves clues. And it has a lot to do with the manner in which we build and the culture that we create, the trainings that we give. So the thing about it is, in that second month, that's exactly what you want to do, is you want to identify those drivers. And then you remember that during the week, you want to dedicate one day in month 2, so this could be February, month 2, in February, you want to dedicate one day or schedule a time slot, one day each day of the week to a leader. So if you got 6, you're going to work Monday through Saturday. Sunday you can take off, okay? So then you're going to find who's your driver going to be on Monday that you're going to work with. Some of these people are going to be part-time. Again, after work, that's fine. If all they can do is spend an hour with you, that's fine. Then it gives you more time during the day. If you need to sponsor more people or find more people. But if you work too, then that just means that after that time slot is used, maybe you might spend a little bit more time prospecting. But you're going to dedicate that time slot to that Monday driver. That could be Debbie. Tuesday it could be John. Wednesday it could be Bill. Thursday it can be, I'm running out of names, Michelle. You get what I'm saying? And then whoever your driver is for Friday and Saturday. And they're going to see you help and assist them overcome objections, follow up, maybe a link that they sent to a friend. They say, hey, I want to get back with you. I want to talk to you about it. And I want you to meet someone special when I do. Is that all right with you? Well, yeah, these are friends. We're talking about a warm market approach, okay? Why warm market? Again, you can fly through a warm market. If people join and then they're trying to build this just through trying to create contacts and eventually friendships, it's slower. I don't care what the rock stars tell you, they're just trying to sell you something, okay? It's slower. Unless you want to spend $10,000, $20,000 a month and drive people to something that you're putting on your business page. You can do that if you want. If you want to do that, because that's what they do, okay? So, but I'm just saying that, and nothing wrong with finding people. I mean, I think it's awesome through Facebook, Instagram, and all that, but just understand when you do tap into their warm market, make sure that they make a contact list. Most important in that second month, that you get these leaders moving, not analyzing this business. We want them moving. That contact list is going to help them do that. So in that second month, then, you're going to dedicate Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a time slot for these people. And they're going to see you. For example, if you worked with Debbie on Monday night, every Monday night, the next 4 Mondays, that's hers. With John, the next 4 Tuesdays is his, so on and so forth. And they've seen how you've handled objections and everything, and they know the tools that you use. They're ready. They're ready. They're ready to get this done now, after the month of February. And the thing is, now you have a team. You really have a team by your second month. Now, here's the thing. Now we're in our third month. What are you going to do in your third month? So in your third month, again, we talk about what are you going to do with your time? Where does your time go? Very little. It was true for me. Very little of my time went to prospecting and recruiting. Most of it went to working with those people in my team. I want to make sure that they're doing well. I want to make sure that they're, if they're having any problems, what are those problems? What can I do to help you? We just want to keep things moving. You want to keep the excitement going. Maybe what you have in your Facebook groups, the things that you're sharing, the training. You're encouraging people to share what they're doing. If they just got their first customer, awesome. If they just got their first distributor, awesome. If they first got their first income bonus from your company, awesome. Celebrate it. Remember, companies recognize what? Companies recognize results. Great leaders recognize effort. So recognition is vital. Recognition is so vital. Remember what Napoleon Bonaparte once said? He said, give me enough ribbons to put on the tunics, you know, the hat, I guess, that Russians wore. Give me enough ribbons to put on the tunics and he said, if you give me enough ribbons, I can conquer the world. I got a lesson from that back in the year of 1994. In 1994, after running hard and going full-time in the business, I can remember that going up into the state of Maine, I went to Bangor. There was a lovely woman by the name of Priscilla Smith, incredible woman. And she had built a very large team. And that was my biggest leg. So I was going up there for the first time. I was so excited. I was excited because, you know, I was full-time in network marketing. And I drove all the way up to the state of Maine in a small little Omni car. If you remember Omni Horizon that Chrysler made back then, very small cars. Anyway, but I remember when I walked into this building where we were doing the meeting, and I met Priscilla for the first time, and she said, and a lot of people were coming in, and she said, you know, I'm so glad to have you here. This is exciting. I can't wait to hear you speak. But for now, could you just take that seat back there? We have to do a recognition event right now. We're going to recognize the leaders. And I said, sure. And so I sat in the back, and hey, Jenny, I sat in the back and I watched this, and people drove for hours just to get ribbons. It's really true what Napoleon said. Give me enough ribbons to put on the tunics of my soldiers and I can conquer the world. This woman already had that in her head. People drove from, you know, hours, 2-3 hours away just to come there to get a ribbon. For example, one that did $300 in volume in the month. $300 in volume. So there was different recognition, and then finally I got up and spoke. It was incredible, but you know, I sat there for probably an hour during that recognition. In your third month of your 90 days, you're going to spend time doing that. You recognize efforts, not results. It's okay if you can recognize results. I'm just saying, but nothing wrong with that. Somebody achieves something, recognize it, right? But I'm talking about the efforts as well. So in that third month, you're going to spend more of your time working with your drivers, talking to them. Here's where I really put the accelerator down. And that is, again, I would do what? I would taproot. And so I would drop down, maybe 5 levels down, and just call somebody, say, hey, I just want to meet you. I'm excited that you're part of our team. I don't know you that well and like to know something about you. And how do you feel about being a part of our company and our team? And get to know that person. Is there anything I can do to help you? Yeah, I don't hear from my sponsor. She didn't call me. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Oh, what can I do to help you? Yeah, you see? See, people have it in their head that if I didn't sponsor someone, I shouldn't work with that person. I should only work with those people I sponsor. That is old thinking. Old thinking. You definitely want to drop down and work with these people. And so what I would do is do just that. And so I would spend my time really going down into those legs and working with those people. It created a lot of excitement. And the thing is, knowing that people fear rejection, knowing that people will prejudge, knowing that people have an awkward feeling of approaching people that they don't feel that they're on their level in society, those names are not going to be on their prospect list, okay? But they know great people. So I'm going to make sure that, again, when I taproot, I tap in their head. Hey, who do you know? Tell me, who do you know that you have respect for, that has accomplished things, that has influence with other people, that is successful in business and perhaps has been in a business like this? Who do you know? And watch what will come out of their mouth, because it's not on their list. That's why the third month is so important. Third month is a lot of work. I can tell you at the end of the third month, I was exhausted. I mean, I was exhausted. I was definitely the next month I went at my pace. Matter of fact, I went at my pace for the last 22 years. But I'm just saying, but that third month, that's what I did. I tapped into that group. And at the same time, even though I hated it, some people quit. Even some of my biggest leaders in one leg quit and went after the money games. Quit and went after the money games. And then when I became a success story, they said, yeah, you got in at the right time. Don't you love it, man? I posted that the other day on my page. I said my success is not because of timing. My success is because I didn't quit. And that's why I said to them, what are you talking about, man? You got in at the same time I did. You quit. But what I did was when they quit, I tap-rooted down in that leg. I said, they didn't all quit, did they? Yeah. Ask yourself the right questions in the third month. They didn't all quit, did they? Who's down there? How can I get to know them? Your company should provide that to you. I mean, they did it for us 22 years ago. So their phone number, their email address, reach out to these people. Get to know these people. That's what you want to do in that month. And so that's the thing. You want to be able to work at it. Work at it. So here's the thing. What you've accomplished in month 1, month 2 is you set the speed. You set the standard. Again, if you've been in your company for years, you can do a 90-day run. But understand you can't do it alone. You have to call your leaders and get them on board with it. Say, hey, John, is there anything you want to accomplish with this business that it hasn't happened for you yet? Yeah, I'd like to do that. Great, man. You know what I know for sure? Something we can do that could help you get there. I don't know that you'll get there the first month, but maybe by the second or the third, let's do a 90-day run. Let's lose our minds for 90 days. What do you say? I mean, let's just go out. Let's just get deadly and just do it, man. Start calling your leaders. Let me see. What's the date today? I lose track of time. Okay, today's the 28th. We're not in January yet. Start calling your leaders. Do you want to do a 90-day run? Do you still have dreams? Do you still have goals that are unachieved? We can do it if we do a 90-day run. Start talking to them. That's what happens in your first month is you set that speed. You create that sense of urgency. That's the problem with most leaders, why they don't grow. That's the problem with leaders, why most of them never get anywhere. They have no sense of urgency. If you do not have sense of urgency, you're never going to have speed. You're never going to have focus. You're never going to have the power of belief to convince people to join you. That's why it's so important. I couldn't emphasize that stronger because it's still with me even today. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I will shake my leaders, Come on, man. Come on. What did you tell me? What did you say? You said you wanted this. You had dreams for your family. Is your family important? Come on, man. You wanted me to keep you accountable. What's happening, dude? Come on, man. You're better than this. You're bigger than this. What is it? What's holding you back? Let's talk. We're friends. Yes, I have these conversations. Now, with a new person, you might scare them off and you'll never hear from them again. So, be easier, okay? Be easier. But that's what you do in that first month. You create that speed. You create that sense of urgency. And then now, in your third month, your leaders are already experiencing some income, so now they believe it. Now they believe they can do it. Now they're with you. That's the important thing. And again, remember, as new people join, what do you want them to do? You want them to set those goals. See who wants to do a 90-day run. Everybody's cycling at different times. Yours might end at the end of March, right? Theirs may begin in February or in January with you, but it might be February. Some will start their 90 days in March. So it's going to be March, April, May. It's going to be till the end of May for them. The idea is you want to get as many on board to run with this as you can. And here's the thing. If some drop out, they don't stay in the run, don't get discouraged about that. Don't treat them badly. Don't think negatively of them. Because I guarantee you they're going to have left something that's going to be growing. And they'll get back to it. But in the meantime, until they get back to it, you feed it. You feed it. That's right. Remember, the goal is not always the goal. It's what is accomplished in moving towards it and running towards it. So let's say if your goal was the third rank in the compensation plan. Oh, you only got to the second rank. Well, you got to the second rank, you would have never got there had you not done a 90-day run. If your goal was to make $3,000 a month, get to $3,000, but you made it to $2,000. Well, at least you got to $2,000. You would have never done that had you not done the 90-day run. But now at least you have some solid residual income. What do you do now? Just keep going. You keep going. I'm not saying you do another 90-day run. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but stay active. Stay intentional. Have your goals. Stretch. I promise you it will change your life. I promise you it'll make you into a different person. Because network marketing is like a personal growth program with a compensation plan attached to it. That's right. Not only do you earn money, but you become something unique. You find your own potential. It's like Michelangelo. He was one of the greatest sculptors ever in history. And he would find a big piece of rock, and he would look at that rock and he says to himself, what's buried in it? What's buried in the rock? And how can I bring it out? And when he finished a great piece of art that he did, that he sculpted, somebody says, man, how did you do that? How did you carve Moses, David? How did you do that? He said, it really wasn't that hard at all. All I did was chisel off the excess rock. He just chiseled off the excess rock, and there's Moses, there's David, there's whatever. When I was in London a year ago, I went to a museum and I actually saw his works. I mean, I could not believe walking up to and just looking at it, going, wow. He's been long gone, but look what he left behind. So that's the thing. Have that effect on your people. All you're going to do is just chisel off those excess appearances that really have been hiding an incredible leader. And I know I've experienced that with people. That in the beginning they weren't great leaders, but they became great leaders. Chisel off all that excess that doesn't mean anything, because that's not who they are. They just need some guidance. They need some encouragement. They need somebody to push them. That's what your third month is about. And then what you can do at the end of your third month is celebrate it. For those people that ran with you, you announced it, they ran with you, have a celebration. Now with COVID, I used to say, well, get together somewhere special, do something. So if you can't do that, doesn't matter. Then what you do is just do it on Zoom and just celebrate. Maybe you could send out some gifts. Encourage your leaders to do that as well. To anybody that helped them achieve whatever they've achieved, send them something, even if it's a card. I don't care. I always get impressed when I get a handwritten card. I thought, like, who does this? A handwritten card. And I mean, if I send it, I don't think they could read the writing. I don't have real good handwriting, okay? But I'm always impressed when people do that. Whatever it is, give them something, but celebrate it. Celebrate it. And then have that as part of your culture when you have other people that started later in their 90-day run. Be involved in their celebrations too. Talk about it in your Facebook group, your WhatsApp groups, your Facebook Messenger groups, whatever. Share what's going on. Share everything that's going on every day, even the smallest thing. It's all about just creating excitement, throwing wood on the fire, and just building that fire. And people, you got your leaders dancing around it. They're excited. And this would not have happened had you not done that 90-day run. So I hope you got some value out of this, these 3 days of your first 30 days in your 90-day run, your second 30 days, and then tonight your third 30 days. Wednesday, I'll put out some more value. We'll talk about something else, maybe something I really want to talk about on Wednesday, what is really needed in 2021 for you to be the leader you're going to be. And I want to emphasize this. Again, not knocking on the network marketing rock stars, okay? I'm talking about the ones who are really putting themselves out there in social media. I'm all for it. I'm not negative on them about it. What I don't like is giving people the impression this is how you do it. It's bullcrap, okay? Unless you got $10,000, $20,000 a month to have, hundreds of thousands of people looking at you, unless you have that kind of money, I don't consider it duplicatable, okay? So I think it's important to tell you the things that you can do, that anybody can do, and you can be a success. That's the most important thing. I mean, I'm not here to impress you. I'm not here to, just to be somebody I'm not. I'm just going to show up and I'm saying, look, this is what I've learned. This is what's worked for me. Somebody can say whatever they want, but you know my record. And if you don't know my record, Google my name. I'm not being arrogant or ego here. This is not what this is about. I'm just saying I've been around. That's all. And so the thing is, I never hold back. Again, the secret to success is not keeping success a secret. You can go pay people thousands of dollars, and then they're going to end up telling you the very things I'm going to tell you anyway. So anyway, if you got value out of this, share it. And my book, yes, George always reminds me, that's the backward version of Reaching the Peak. It's in English and Spanish. If you haven't got it, get it, read it. And then look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. It's been nice spending this 3 days on this very subject. But on Wednesday, we're going to talk about the 21st, the 2021 networker, and the skill sets, the tools that you need to be using. What do you really need to be doing? And prepare your people for that. And again, I'm not going to throw magic dust at you. I'm just going to talk about very important skill sets, probably more training on skills, that personal skills, people skills. We'll talk about that. It's very important because that's lost. Everybody's got it down to Facebook Messenger. Okay, I'm not going to go there anymore. Okay, see you Wednesday. It's been fun. Take care.